Father God, we thank you, God. We thank you for our sister and your dear daughter, God. And God, whatever it is, Father God, whatever attack of the enemy, we come against it and we stand on your word, God. God bless her and touch her, Father. Father, you know the work, you know our heart, a precious gem.
All right, all right, all right. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord, everybody. Let every living creature that have breath say praise the Lord. I could not let this go forth yet, my story, even though I've been doing a lot of other things in between, without a few other people coming forth that want to come forth and talk about their...
Most definitely.
So who do I have with me today?
One of her nephews, CORVARSIA'S, Little Tommy.
Amen.
Marquise, whoever y'all know me by. What's up, y'all?
What you got to say about me?
What?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
What you got to say about me?
Well, listen, I'm gonna start it off with just letting the people know that I seen a couple other shows that you did. You interviewed family, and they were. Well, for me, it's a lot. I got a lot of positive memories. There's some negative, but I'm gonna speak up on a lot of the positive stuff, the fun stuff, the stuff that made us always want to be around T. Cindy. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Burlington days, Windsor Court days, just wherever, just we always wanted to be around T. Cindy, and I'm gonna start mine off. I'm just trying to get my stuff together, but like the childhood days, like something like I said, we always wanted to be around T. Cindy. We always wanted to be by our house. We cried when we had to leave to go home. I can remember wrestling. We was real huge wrestling fans. A lot of our family was. And he used to take us to a wrestling. Every time wrestling came to Milwaukee, we was there. I wonder if you remember when we chased Diamond Dallas Page through the hotel.
Oh yeah.
To the hotel.
Oh yeah, down at the Hyatt.
At the Hyatt, yeah. He was down there with his long little fur coat on. He was out of there though. We seen we was chasing him, but it was just a lot of fun stuff. We were just speaking about an old friend of hers that she just was speaking with, and I didn't know she was still talking to him, but that was fun times,
Shaw.
Being with him, he he looked over us, he watched over us, made sure we were safe. We learned how to do stuff with him as far as fishing. That was my first time being on a boat. Just all types of fun stuff. I remember things like Chocolate City. Remember Chocolate City? The parade? Parade thing?
In Burlington.
In Burlington, we go down there and we see the Chicago dancers and
the
food.
parades and stuff.
So we most definitely
you were dissecting that. You went all the way back. Go ahead.
But yeah, because like I said, it's a lot of for me, it was a lot of more positive things than it was negative. Like I said, I wasn't one of the oldest nephews. I'm right under the oldest. But like I say, I don't know, like we was able to do what we wanted, but at the same time, I still was not trying to grow up too fast. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff I didn't see, a lot of stuff I just chose not to see, and that's just the way I was growing up as a kid. Like her son, which is JJ, was my favorite cousin. You know what I'm saying? He looked up to me, and I always try to keep him with some positive messages. I wasn't no saint or nothing like that. I did what I did too, but I just always looked at life at a different angle. You know what I'm saying? The big picture of stuff, and just always try to do right. I hid a lot of stuff too, but
and he didn't try to do anything. He did it. He did it.
Right.
Yeah. Because we know trying is like a lying. We lied our way through a lot of stuff. But we did what we did. And I always tell somebody about the try word. Try to take this out of my hand.
So try to take
Did you try to take it out?
Or did I do it?
Or did you take it out? It's done already. See? He did it. We did what they said we did. Right. We was who they say we was, but we ain't who they say we were or now I am today.
Right.
Okay.
So let me see what else. I think something else that stuck out for me too, growing up. like the car accident. I don't know if that necessarily like changed your life right then and there, but it was a dramatic change for us all, because like seeing you, you know what I'm saying, in them conditions, seeing my little cousin in them conditions, and almost lives almost getting took. You know, it was pretty scary. You know what I mean? And not to fast forward a whole lot, but I was in the same situation like that.
Oh wow! You know what? I didn't even think that you was gonna even mention that, because that was gonna be a question, because that's, you know, CORVARSIA, that's part of the testimony, how testimonies are. Right. Whereas I'm living a living testimony from the things that I did for y'all to not be able to repeat what I've been doing. But tell them about finish up.
So what was this? 2016. I was in a car accident under the influence. It was July 4th.
Just like me.
And I had, like I said, I had a little bit to drink. You know what I'm saying? I was under the influence, and
just like me.
Was getting ready to go home to get, you know what I'm saying, to get dressed so I can, you know what I'm saying, and finish enjoying the festivities or whatever. And my nephews and other cousins up here, they asked to drive with me. And thinking I had everything under control, I allowed them to. So we get on the freeway.
Same thing.
Get on the freeway, and I lost control of the car. Now the news made it sound worse than what it was. It was bad because it was an accident and we got hurt. But I wasn't going as fast as the news said. But that's besides the point. The fact of the matter is that it did happen. But like I said, I lost control of the car, and we all hit the median, the middle of the middle of the thing, and you know, plenty of cars stopped, ambulance, police. I got arrested, and it was just it was a bad time for me. And the one thing that stuck out to me the most, because like I say, I was under the influence. I had 42 and a half years facing over my head if I was convicted with all, you know what I'm saying, with all the charges or whatever. And I remember talking to my big brother when I was in there, and he said, bro, he said, the first thing that he said, you was going through all that, and the first thing that came out your mouth when you talked to me was how was your nephew and how was the boys. You didn't really care about your situation. You didn't care about what else was going on, what was they going to do to you. You was worried about your nephew.
That's right. You care.
And it was crazy because that was nothing that that was just my instinct. That's just the way that we was, you know what I'm saying, brought up and raised.
Yes.
And it was a blessing that I got out that situation, but it was just something that I could just think about my situation and then go back to her, you know what I'm saying, her situation, and know how she was feeling at that time and everything, and how situations could make you want to change your life. So that was real big for me. Like I said, I fast forwarded a whole lot, but it's all types of stuff that, you know, like I say, the fun stuff. I remember just being around my auntie and just always wanted to be around her. She used to send us to the store with $100 food stamps. Talking about the book, not the quest card, food stamps. And we leave out the store with every bit of $75 worth of junk food, just doing us, you know what I'm saying? So like, who wouldn't want to grow up and just being able to have that type of lifestyle, and you know what I'm saying, and do that stuff. Even the kids, I don't know. I mean, she only had a son, JJ and stuff. They had everything they wanted. The rooms was crushed on all the shoes, you know, and I used to sit back, I'm like, damn, like, maybe I got too many brothers. we had to get the felines and shit, but hey, it's just what it was. And it wasn't no hate thing, it was just, you know, it was always love. Like, I used to love seeing, you know what I'm saying, them pop up one weekend and they fresh, and you know what I'm saying, it was all love. Like, and just like we used to want to be around them, they wanted to be around us. So it was all love. Like I said, I wanted to ask you a question, T, too, because like I know you know what I'm saying, back in the days when you was doing you and stuff, I couldn't really recall the transition. Like what, like was it after grandma passed?
Yeah, it was actually during when she was going through, when she was transitioning. God was drawing me closer and closer to him, because what it was, I knew him then at this time. I just preached a message. It was called Before and After, and I'm gonna show that too. However, it's one thing to know God. It's not to know of Him and don't live Him, and to know Him and allow Him to bring you back to Him. He reconciled me back. God is a spirit of reconciliation. So with my mother and them teaching us about God, and God was my go-to at this time, because my mother was down.
Right.
My mother was down, and when her mother was down, she went to God. So I had to go to God for what my mother wanted from God, and since she wasn't able to perform it for herself, God used me. So He was pruning me to get me back where I needed to get for myself, but also to help my mother.
Right.
And that's where my transition came in.
That's what's up. And I just sitting back thinking about it, because like I said, I remember the old times, and I remember kind of like when everybody started like kind of fading away from me, because they wasn't on the same page as you. Thought they wasn't really trying to hear that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like I say, it was just.
Because if you really look at it, it was like night and day.
Right. Yeah.
It happened like that.
Yeah,
so it ain't no such thing that you can't change like that.
Right.
You can. You got to want it. I love my mother that much to want my mother to be saved.
Right, most definitely.
To want her to be safe. I wanted her to be comfortable going in. I had known she had already been to the other side, because she had already told me. And because we made a joke out of it, because I was like, what you holding on for? And I knew what she was holding on for later. It was to see all of us come together.
Right.
And when I told her, everybody, because at first I was like, gone, Grandma over there, Billy over there. I said, I just got to calling our names. I said, I don't know if dude over there. She started cracking up. She said, baby, everybody is over there. So it was like I had to give her what she wanted in order to receive what I needed to hear from her, because God was using her for me too.
Right.
So that's how the transition had came about. And it's one thing to know about Jesus, and it's another thing to know about Him and don't use Him because that's what He there for. He there for us to reach out and grab. He's there for us to talk to, and He talked back too.
Yeah, most definitely.
Matter of fact, He said something today when I was texting my pastor, and I was like, God, that was too fast. Bring it back. I be wanting Him to bring stuff back, because He do it so. And you'll miss it if you don't, if you're doing too much.
Right.
So, yeah.
I most definitely, I salute you on it, because like I say, even in the beginning, that's why I asked that question, because like even in the beginning, like the transition when it was just happening, like a lot of us didn't really understand it or want to accept it, and a lot of us still don't. But I know for me, like I'm learning, like because I done had time where I done sat down and I had a lot of time thinking, and I think about a lot. I don't speak a lot. God gave me one mouth and 2 ears, so that lets me know to, what I'm saying, to
be slow to speak and always listen.
Exactly. So just sitting back and just thinking and just like it's probably not coming as fast as I wanted to, but I know He working with me, and it's coming. So I'm always be forever blessed and praise Him for that. Like I say, and then even like trying to go, if I want to take it a step back, I don't even have to, because I guess like I want to speak up on the support system, like for my auntie, and before I even say that, I want to, like, I know you've been like having a lot of family members come up and speak up on your life and stuff, and their experiences or their life with you. I've seen a couple of them where it was stuff that was new to me, stuff that I knew about. I love to see you interview Uncle Billy, because I know he'll have a lot to say as well. But but then just
me and him did a lot, lot together.
Exactly, but and then the support system. I want to speak a little bit about the support system, because if you was to reach out to this lady and be about something, and not no negative stuff, but some stuff that that is prosperous and you need, if you need it, she's gonna be there. So the support system is great, and like I said, I done had a couple run-ins too with the law and stuff, and every time I think about it, she was there. I mean, you know, she was always there in my corner from, I think it was back in like 2012 when I was doing a little house correction time, all the way to now, to my last little prison bid. And every time I look back at it, like, this lady was right there in my corner. So, like I said, I'm here to speak up on a lot of the positive that was out throughout this life that I lived with this lady, because she is I do look up to her. She is a role model. I don't know. It's a lot. I don't know. I could share this, and it's a little bit of, I guess, like the negative side.
Share.
The things that I didn't like, or I ain't gonna say I didn't like. Cause the drinking, like, okay, I know that you drunk and stuff, and then the drinking didn't bother you. It just like was the actions afterwards. Like I didn't like, you know, like how, you know, you and my mom used to always get into it after drink, you know, after the drinking and stuff, and the fights and stuff like that. And that's pretty much like the
why?
The
you
main,
know why? Because she the one gave you the drink.
It's crazy.
Most
like I said,
of the time.
right, so,
y'all kept the drink.
Right, yeah, we did. We most definitely did.
And then, was you there when I had this, when I stayed in Burlington? They had got me so messed up I couldn't go home for 3 days. I stayed on the couch for 3 days.
I can't recall that.
The drinks, most of them came.
Yeah, I
from your
could
mouth.
believe it, because they kept them a case or something and a bottle or something. So I can understand that. But like I say, just the back in the days and the negative stuff that took place, like back then, like, you know, a lot of people called their uncles and older cousins or stuff like that. Like, when we had an issue with somebody, like, we was calling auntie, and she was and she was TTG. And I don't know if y'all know what TTG is, but she was trained to go, and she didn't play no games. And it's really no different right now. She TTG to this day, but it's for the Lord. You know what I mean? She trained to go for the Lord now. So I salute her. I salute her big time on that. And like I said, that was the only thing that I really witnessed. I mean, I know we had the parties and stuff like that, and everything that was taking place. I was always in my own little world, so a lot of stuff, if I didn't see it or I just chose not to see it or whatever, I can't really speak up on it too much. I know the drinking thing was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I know you, and not just with my mom, just my aunties not getting along with each other. Overall, that really like bothered me to the point where I said, okay, well, if they not getting along, I don't want to talk to, because I don't want to go to this auntie and then hear her side of the story, and she tell you about, and I don't want to come to you, and then you tell her. I just stayed away from all of it, because if y'all not getting along, then I don't want nothing to do with it. Talk to me when y'all are getting along.
That's good.
And that's how I approach that situation. And if my memory serves me well, like I say, y'all was sisters all y'all life, so I mean, it's probably y'all had history of stuff that y'all always know. That stuff, siblings gonna do that anyway. You know what I mean?
But us being siblings, we shouldn't have never done that, because our mother always kept us together.
Right, that's true too.
And I can tell you too, even this, when I get ready to tell my own story, you're going to see where a lot of the separation and the division came in. But it's not even on our part. It's just looking at other people. Pretty much, if you look at some of the other family members, like Uncle Bob, y'all don't even know if you know Auntie Alice.
I heard of the name. I can't recall.
That's my mother's other sister. She over there on the picture. I had to go to Las Vegas to find her back in 2016. So if the older generation is doing that, is they already segregating themselves against us, we should all automatically want to do different from what we see. That's the reason why my change, now I'm a traditional and a generational curse breaker, because I don't want to see us to be like they was. I want us to be better than what they was, because a lot of the things that we saw and that they taught us was not really what we should really been doing. Otherwise, we will be more closer together than we'll be so glued tight that it would take could nothing break us apart. And the one thing about it is, it's never too late. It's not too late. We just got to do it. We got to be done expeditiously, though, because Jesus is on his way back. And I pray for us every day and every night. You didn't go in my room. If you went in there and saw my prayer closet, you'd be cracking up, because every last one of our family members is in there.
Yeah,
but it's when we were all together in your young picture in there with your hair all over your head.
See that.
Yeah. However, it's still, and me telling my story is not to down anybody. And I'm glad that you brought that up about your mom and your mom arguing back and forth and everything. Me and Kim got the same mother, same father. Mm-hmm. Me and Kim do stuff. I see me doing stuff like my sister. Actually, when I was doing my praise and worship, I had to keep rolling back because I seen Kim in something that I was doing. Right. And my last words to my sister, because it was the day before she passed away, was I was making playing a joke with her, because I know one of my girlfriends, she kind of she wasn't feeling, because she know that the girl wasn't really for me. From what it appears, none of them really was, because when I changed, they not with me anymore. Right. So my sister was right. So what happened is, it was the day before her birthday is on April Fool's Day. And
your friends.
Yeah, the one of them. Okay. But Kim passed on the 2nd.
On the 2nd.
So I called Kim's house. I called Kim and told her that, when I had the girl on the phone, and I told her that Kim was telling her happy birthday. She said, "Oh yeah, happy birthday." Kim said, "Yeah, happy birthday," And then I said, I had mentioned, I think I either was I was on the phone. I said, Tommy said happy birthday too. Kim said, "Oh, Cindy, you know you lying." I said, "I love you, I love you, I love you." And we hung up the phone. She was like, because Tommy ain't told her nothing. But it was just so funny. And I even got that. I had the text messages on the phone in there, but them phones is so old, I don't even know if they got a charger for it anymore. But I was holding on to that, because that was my last words to my sister. And I love, she was like, "Girl, you know me." Because I had to ask her like 2 or 3 weeks prior to her transitioning for forgiveness. And I didn't even know what I was asking her for forgiveness for. But I had to. Right. So she was like, what you asking me for forgiveness for? You ain't did nothing to me. You know me better than anybody. Right. And I said, "I don't know why I'm asking you for forgiveness. I just have to, And that's what it was. God was about to take her. And I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets, because I know my sister was saved, and I know that she is resting today, and I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. And a lot of people didn't understand that either. My strength when my sister was gone, because my sister was closer to me than my mother was. But even though my mother was my friend too. Right. But me and Kim grew up together. I actually talked about Kim a little bit in my message too, because me and Kim was the ones that was born together, and we the one that was moving with Mama when we had to move. So I looked up to my sister.
Not until not the 24th day, because Auntie Kristen, the other ones had a room over there. Y'all was already out of there by then.
Yeah, and when Chris came on, but I had expected Chris to say more, because when I was even talking to JJ, I was letting it be known that this season not really just for me, it's for you too, you know. Right. And because I'm glad that you had, because it made you feel some type of way about the drinking with me and Kim, but you don't know that the reason why we was getting into it.
Right. See, I didn't know that part. And I
they was messing me up too. They were giving me brown and white.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, because they was Kim's favorite drink was really Canadian Mist. She really liked the Canadian Mist, but then every now and then they'd go give me some gin, and I'd sing.
That was that drink.
Well, and it did what it did too.
It did what it did.
So I thank God for you, and I want you to just keep talking, because this is good.
And like I mean, like and just speaking on that, like cause when Grandma passed, to me, from where I was at, it seemed like the fruit in between the sisters had got worse. Like when she was here, like she kind of was like trying to keep it under control, but once she left, it was like it was no one there that can really, you know what I'm saying, break it up. So it got kind of worse. And for me, the reason I'm speaking up on it because for me, like I shared with y'all a little while ago, like when they was getting into it like that, I didn't want no parts of none of them because I just didn't want to be taking no sides, and then I just wasn't doing that. Just wasn't me. So
that was real sad. That was a sad part of my life too, because it was the division was like Chris and Romel, and they got with Uncle Bob, and then it was just me, Kim, and Dieta. We was kind of left out of everything, but you know, and that should have really brought us closer together. It should have brought us closer together because it would have probably saved our mother's life.
Probably, yeah.
And I know, you know, for a fact that that's not what she wanted, and it's sad because it's almost like ain't nothing really changed. But however, we communicate. I actually seen Chris and Dieta when Fenice was here, but I don't really see them all the time because everybody got their own lives and stuff. Right. However, when like what somebody said, when Romeo have his gatherings, everybody seem to come together, but we need to learn how to come together on positive notes instead of just negative notes, because we're a small family. Right. We not, you know, some of our children don't even know each other. You know,
and we steady losing. That's the bad part. That's the part that a lot of us need to wake up and smell the coffee or see the bigger picture. The
losing part that we losing, because I can promise you this, that I pray every day for our family. Me and Ned, we get on that. We pray. We get on the phone. We do Bible study in the morning and we do it in the evening. And one of the prayers that I always ask God, we call y'all names out sometimes, every day, especially our men. And then we thank God for being that fence around our family every day, keeping us all out of hurt, harm, or danger, and keeping the hedge of protection over us. And I say, I just be going, I be going in. I cry sometimes, cry loud, I spare not. I tell you, because I know God hear my prayers, and I thank Him that He ain't even let no death hit our door. You know, it get overwhelming when you get in the spirit, when you be talking about the Lord, especially when it come down to family, because I don't want none of my family members to die, because they ain't ready. They not ready. Really not ready. And I had told my grandmother one time, I said, I would die and go to hell for all my family members to be saved and gain eternal life. But I had been drinking some lean that day. She said, "Wait, what you done had?" Look, she said, "What you?" I got some lean in there, but I told them to take the kick out because I got my own kick. Yeah. But I told them. She said, "What you done had?" Everybody got to work out their own. They held accountable for themselves. She said, "Cause Squirt, if I was held accountable for what everybody else did, I've been gone a long time ago." So yeah, everybody have to pretty much work out their own soul salvation with fear and tremble, because you know I'm scared. I'm scared straight now. And when we was talking about the old times. That's where my training came up when I was young. So I'm back in my childhood, because those who taught me about the Lord has gone before me.
Now in the church house, I mean, it wasn't like just all the time. The Sunday school and all that. I mean, but I can always remember church was in y'all life in some form of fashion, some type of way. You know, even with grandma. Yeah.
So she had to trick everybody, said she was getting a reward, and had the whole church packed. Remember? We all was sitting in the church. Yeah. She said, "I'm getting a certificate." And everybody showed up at the church. She didn't even get no certificate. She just started cracking up.
And I want, and not to keep like going on about.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We got to, because this is so important.
Right. So yeah, and then I'm gonna
free
share,
yourself.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. And
you ain't trying. You about to do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's something that I haven't shared with my auntie or anybody else for that matter. But I think how that affected me and why I'm steady speaking up on this subject so much, because just looking back at it, like when I separated myself from my auntie because I didn't like their actions with each other, like I don't know if that caused like anger inside me in some type of way, but I was doing a lot of negative stuff to women, around a lot of that time that it was taking place. And anybody that know me know what it is, abuse or whatnot. But it affected me because here it is. I got all brothers, no sisters. I had aunties that I wasn't really talking to or reaching out to. So when I needed that female perspective or to try to figure out what was wrong with me and why I'm not getting along with these females like I'm supposed to or like I need to, I didn't have that. You know what I mean? So it was causing me to, thinking that I had everything under control or my way was right, and a lot of times it wasn't. You know what I mean? And I think that affected me a whole lot because I could have, but I chose not to. I didn't pick up the phone and call my auntie and say, look, this is what I'm doing or this is what's going. I didn't have that, so it kind of messed me up for, a couple years, growing up too.
Yeah, because
dealing with what I was dealing with.
Yeah, I believe that later on down the line is when I was having them parties at the hall for us, them gatherings for us at the hall. It was for us to come together, for us to get to know one another because we didn't know each other like we should have. And the one thing that I think I remember telling you, because it wasn't just you too, it was me. I became a product of this too. Because remember, I was beating up women. I was beating up women and I beat up some men too.
Right. Yeah, me too.
It came from somewhere.
Right, exactly.
And I believe I was telling y'all that curse had to be broken because
I remember that.
it was a bruise in the household. Remember I was telling you that y'all got that from your granddaddy.
I remember that conversation.
You remember that conversation. So but we never was able to dissect it because it'd be so much other stuff going on that we too busy for our own self.
And I remember it wasn't too long, was it? I think it was before I went to prison. But I remember we was out there in the hundreds. I remember you walking up to me. You basically said you had wanted to apologize to all of us for the lifestyle that you was living, or the stuff that you showed us that we thought was okay, and we kind of like took suit in that. I think I know me personally, I took it and I applied it to my life and my way of living, and you I think it wasn't the way, but I think you noticed that, you kind of noticed that without me saying anything, and you like, man, I need, and you came in and you apologized, and I'll never forget that, you know what I mean?
You know what, that is so important because when I bring people to the forefront, and I was like, I have apologized to everybody. You're the only one that have mentioned that I apologize.
Oh yeah.
And I went to every last one of them because I know that I have done a lot. They seen me doing a lot. He's speaking on most of the positive stuff, and the stuff that he's speaking on that's bothering him, it needs to come out because that's a part of forgiveness.
Right.
That's a part of forgiveness. And you good today? You good today? And because I did have to ask him, because I did drugs, I did alcohol. Whether they see me doing some of the drugs, I probably smoked some with them. However, and somebody said, you ain't smoking, you just made sure we had it and we rolled it up for you. But I believe I became the best pearler in the house.
Right. I can't recall. I mean, we probably did smoke some blunts and stuff, but like the drugs, it was like...
I would never do nothing else with y'all.
Yeah, it was never really around there like that.
And y'all probably didn't ever see it either. But I remember when JJ was a kid, I really didn't think that kids imitate stuff.
Right.
One day we were sitting at the table with Queena, me, him, and his dad, when he was about like 3 years old. and he came and he poured some salt or some sugar on the table, and he started doing like this with the card. So
Queen, that's a friend that Pat. That's
yeah.
I remember her.
Queen, that's a whole nother story too. I'll be talking
Right.
about Queen too.
When I was in that place, they was talking about her like that's a whole different story. But she's like a Milwaukee legend.
Yeah, I was Queen's first woman, literally. Yeah. Nobody never really knew that, but her mother did. So I talked about that on a show called Hold Up, Wait a Minute, and her mother is actually on there too, saying that she approved of everything that I'm about to say, because her mother knew how me and Queenie even came to even know each other is because Chris and Tawanda used to fight all the time. They used to go to 9th Street, but that's a whole nother story. Right. So we don't want to get off the track. But you gonna hear I got some stuff to tell you. I'm gonna tell it all too. Yeah, but and I'm glad that you did come forth and just keep going, because this is good.
Right. It's just I don't know, just me just reminiscing and just going back and just from the stuff that I did see or could remember right now. Like I say, none of this rehearsed. I ain't writing nothing down. I wanted to, because I ain't want to miss nothing. But she called, she texted me this morning, asked me what I was doing. Said she wanted me, because I reached out to her and said, like, well, I see everybody else doing one. Like, I want to get up there and speak on my experience, my life with my auntie, because I seen everybody else doing it. But I wanted it to be right. You know what I mean? And like I said, I still didn't get a chance to rehearse nothing or write nothing down. No blueprint, none of that. Just came and did it. Like,
it can't be rehearsed.
It can't.
And even if they want to come back with some more stuff, they can. But I really was it. I will. Because this is what this is for. It's healthy. It's healthy. This is healthy because you're able to share your stuff with other people, and other people like, dang, he feel like that too. That's how I was feeling. I need to go and say something too. And I'm glad that you picked up that and you saw that, because this is what it's all about.
Yeah,
this is what it's all about. What he witnessed, what he saw, he was able to tap in and say, I want to say something too, because you had an impact on my life. And I should have had all my nieces and nephews should want to come forward, because every last one of them said, I wish you was my mama.
They will.
I wish you was my mama.
Like I say, the main thing for me though, like now where we at now is 2021, and like I say, the transition, because like majority of my life, I know I looked up to you and you was a role model to me, and it's so much similarities with us. Whether it don't matter,
because the blood.
Yeah, it don't got nothing to do with male and female. It's the facts. Like I got a nose ring on my nose right now that my auntie had nose ring, But but the point that I'm trying to make is just
I didn't put it in there.
No, you didn't put it in there.
Because I know I did them too. I pierced Queen of nose.
Right, but I guess the point that I was trying to make is, like, coming up, it was so many of us looked up to you, and it's like right now where I'm at, I got a lot of my younger siblings trying to do what I did, or a lot of them look up to me, and they be trying to impress me, and where I'm at now, I'm trying to let them know, like, that ain't it.
I'm impressed.
You ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Like I ain't never graduated high school. Y'all done graduated, and y'all did. Like take advantage of that. And right now, when I'm saying the transition, because I see him working with me.
Yes, Lord.
And I ain't sitting up there saying I'm
who
perfect.
Who is him?
Oh, the man upstairs.
All right now. Hey.
And like I say, I'm looking at the bigger picture. I want the same way they looked up to me, and with the negative stuff that I was doing and stuff.
Come on now.
I want them to follow my footsteps with the change that I'm trying to make, because like I say,
leading by example now. Exactly,
because like I say, I done been through it, and some stuff I haven't been through, but guess what? I done seen enough where I don't even want to experience it. So with that being said, like once I want them to see that, and they be able to open up their eyes and say, okay, well then Big Cuz is on to something, or he doing this now. That's why I'm not, you know what I'm saying, full-fledged or waking up making my business to go out to these streets every day. I'm trying to do something different, and be a young
Be
entrepreneur.
doing something different.
And be an entrepreneur and do my t-shirt stuff and whatever else that I can come up with that's positive.
Yeah.
That'll keep these people off my back because they ain't playing with us. And I don't know, like I say, with me seeing the transition that you made, it's like if you can do it.
Hey, because they said I was the worst of the worst.
See what I'm saying? And
was I? I was out there one.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
I was out there.
But see, when you look at me, I'm considered the worst of the worst, or the black sheep of the family, or however you look at it. And like I say, I don't do a lot of talking and a lot of speaking. I don't even know how this gonna come out. I don't know how my voice gonna sound on here or nothing. But that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all can hear me and y'all know that I'm speaking truth, that's what's gonna matter. And just take heed to something. There's gonna be something in this video that you're gonna be able to listen to or see, and I hope you just take heed to it. You know what I mean? Just take heed to something because
it's real.
It's real.
It's
It's
real.
most definitely real. So I love you, Auntie, for that.
And thank you.
And this ain't my only appearance either. When I get a chance to get my mind right, and I'm gonna be back. And
it's always open for me. And like I said, I was not gonna close that window because I know that it's other. Like I said, I would expect for my sisters to come forth because if they got any animosity or anything that's gonna hinder them from getting into the kingdom of heaven, I will expect for them to just air it out, to get it off of them. Because you freed yourself. You freed yourself. This ain't it's not all about me. It's about we.
Right. Exactly.
It's about we. When you good, I'm good. So this is really good. This is really good.
Even with me taking, 'cause I used to be real. I'm still in. I'm not as big as I was, but. I used to do the music. I love my music.
Start with the Bible, with the scriptures, y'all.
Once I got to rock with my auntie and coming, I came up with the strap with the Bible song, and she had me performing them at different churches and stuff.
Yes.
I ain't seen them tapes, but I'm pretty sure they're around. But it's just real life. It's just real life stuff, and I love it all. Yeah, I love it all. Yeah. I mean, Auntie, I know you ain't got no questions or anything that I done spoke up on, or something that I didn't speak on. Any questions that you might want to ask?
Well, pretty much, as we was, as you was going, I kind of was asking you the questions.
Okay, yeah.
As we, or I was answering the questions that you needed to be asked.
Right, yeah.
Because I don't. If I hold off, then I may forget myself, because I miss my mind sometimes. So when you was asking questions, is there anything that you think that I should ask you?
No, not that I can think of right now.
Yeah, because right now, I think you did an excellent job. I thank him for coming forth, because he said a lot of things that didn't nobody else say, and they should have said, or could have said, or would have said, but we all know about the woulda, coulda, shoulda. It'll be too late when it happened and you didn't. So you need to come forth. I'm still going to let this go. I'm going to be throwing other little videos in between to let y'all know that my story will be coming forth. My story will be coming forth. And again, forgive me, even because, sometimes a lot of people be outside looking in and don't really see the bigger picture about what be going on. But family, we can't pick and choose our family.
Right. And that's good. It's good too that you allowing us to come up here and speak and open up and share our our feelings and our thoughts about you, because
praise God.
Everybody's story is going to be different. Like I said, when I was watching and I was seeing, I seen Phoenice's, and I seen cousin Nets, and I seen Auntie Christian and Romel, and I was just seeing. I'm like, hey, well, theirs ain't what I experienced, and when I sit back and I thought about the stuff that I experienced with you in my life or whatnot, I can honestly say that it was more positive than negative. So I wanted to come and share that too. I wanted to come share like how this lady is a great. If she in your corner, she's in your corner 100%. Ain't no half stepping or nothing. The support system is amazing. Like I say, whatever. Like even when us growing up, like whatever we wanted, whatever we got it. We didn't really want for nothing as kids. I mean, I remember every birthday till I don't know how old, but I used to get. I was 8 years old. I got $8. Now I got $9. 10. I think it started. I don't know.
You probably done got too old. But we still got the money. How old is you today?
Yeah, I'm 34 now.
I'm gonna have to give him $34 to shut. I'm gonna shut him up today.
35. 35 my birthday in May.
Oh look, he want the extra dollar. Look. I'm gonna shut him up today. He gonna get the $35 today. He gonna be. Don't say 36. Don't talk about next year. Okay. But I got him. Yeah, I love you, baby. I love you. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yeah, I still do it. But if they ain't around, they can't receive it.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Hey, she's still TTG, y'all. She's still trying to go, but it's for the Lord now.
That's it in that song.
That's it in that song.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to close us out?
I mean, I pretty much done. I don't know too many prayer or.
It's just give them just what your heart got to give.
I'll just say.
You know you still look like your baby picture, don't you? Go.
I'll just say this. Just ask the Lord to just give me the strength, just to give me the strength, to give me the knowledge to continue working with me, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Just ask Him to keep me on the right path. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier, Lord. I'm trying to be a soldier of Christ. So I'm asking you to just, you know what I'm saying, keep me from getting distracted from the civilians in this world, because it's a lot of you. It's easily to get distracted. And you can get distracted so easily, and it's easy to get in trouble, and it's hard to get out of. So, like when you know these things and you experience some stuff, you kind of know like when enough is enough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I ain't old, but I'm too old to be sitting in somebody's prison cell. You know what I mean? I got babies and stuff I got people that look up to me. I'm steady losing people. I can't be nowhere and have to call it home, and then this person gone like that. It's just too much for me. So it's time for something different, and that's what I'm doing right now. That's me right now. That's CORVARSIA'S. So I love y'all. Thank you for having me on here, Auntie. And whenever I can come back, I'll be more than willing to.
In the name of Jesus, that's his prayer.
I love you, Auntie.
I love you. Woo! Y'all, and that's what you get on the Chosen Vessels Ministries, for real. God bless you.